win the toss, batting first. They have done well. Pressure on the captain Rashid Khan. He's got to deliver for his side, pick up a few wickets. Still 2 overs left for him. It's a quality act, Rashid Khan. On the full. Some of the innings from Chris Gayle has really put a lot of pressure back on the Kabul bowlers. Not easy bowling against a man like Chris Gayle. The form he was in. Started off slowly. I was a bit tentative early on, first 2 overs. But then after that free hit, when he opened up, Chris Gayle absolutely took the attack apart. Oh, very good delivery. Moral victory there will result in a single. Getting a bit of turn, Rashid Khan. That should excite him.
Yeah, Rashid is a very brilliant and intelligent bowler. So he's the only key to get some wickets or save some runs for the team, because oh, beauty. The googly master done it again. Well ball, Rashid. And there's the end of the Waller innings, just only 3 runs. What a beautiful ball.
Yeah, bowling much flatter, deceiving the batsman. Didn't have much clue about that one. Malcolm Waller getting opportunity today, but really missing. Didn't read it at all. That was a googly, playing the wrong line, wrong shot, nothing shot really. Poor shot selection by him, and Waller has to go back. Couldn't do much. Rashid Khan is pretty happy. Exactly what he wanted. Out for 3, Waller. Of 4 deliveries is 162 for 3. So Rashid Khan getting a very important wicket of Waller. Going to be the captain now who comes in, Mohammad Nabi. Again, a very decent bat as well. He's got a good strike rate. Just see the strike rate, absolutely amazing this season in the APL, the first edition. He's batted really well. He's a class act, Mohammad Nabi, with the bat, with the ball.
Such a cool customer. Captain to captain. Full toss, looking for 2 runs. Yeah, Nabi is such a wonderful player, and he played almost full ODI for Afghanistan, and he's the first Afghanistan cricketer to reach 200 T20 wickets. So such a great achievement for him, even for the country. Another appeal, beautiful ball.
This has been a very good over from Rashid Khan. He's really testing the batsman, varying his deliveries, mixing it really well. Saw that googly when he got the wicket of Waller. Slight appeal as well on the last delivery, but looked like the impact was just outside the line of off stump. Rasuli really has to continue. Sharp single taken and of a very good over. Successful one for Rashid Khan. It's 164 for 3.
Two skyscrapers there, Farid Malik and Colin Ingram, 33 runs and 32 runs respectively. Goodness me, absolute carnage. And still 5 overs to go. Amidst that carnage, Wayne Parnell, 2 overs for 10. Alistair Campbell alongside me as Darwish Rasuli gets off strike.
He's done really well today, Wayne Parnell. He's been indifferent in the tournament up to now. Chris Gayle, gee whiz. I mean, he didn't even have to have two hands on the bat on occasion, and he hit it a long, long way. 80 of just 48 deliveries, and not a lot of balls remained inside the boundary fence, let's just put it that way.
Well, he'll remember his 350th 2020 appearance, not just for what he achieved with the bat, but also one of the more bizarre ways you'll ever see of getting out. Well, we saw an incredible way to get out last night when Karim Sadiq was caught off his inside edge, his back calf, and the wicketkeeper's boot. And there's another one to add to the collection.
We might well have seen 250, 260 being the score if Chris Gayle had hung about. He was in that sort of mood. He was depositing white kookaburras to all corners of the Sharjah Stadium. 214 if they go the current rate, and 12 and 14. We'll have a look at that. They might get up to 230 if somebody starts clouting it around the ground as we've seen up to now. Yeah, just conceded 13, Wayne Parnell. It's a terrific effort amongst everything that has gone on. Mohamed Nabi just new to the crease, but we know how big a ball he can hit. This is a previous ball. Interesting if that had been a director. I'll tell you what, it would have been mighty close. Oh, it's a really good over again. Just the 4 from it. 4 singles and a dot ball. Oh, what could have been.
He's got 21 hundreds in this form of the game. Next most by a player is 7. It could have been number 22 today.
Should just be the one. And an end of a very good Parnell over. 16 bowled, 169 for 3.
Well, 7 bowlers used, the 7th of them, Colin Ingram, 1 over for 32. Poor old Colin, he's had a pretty miserable tournament thus far. 4 innings, just 18 runs. And now he's probably thought, well, maybe I can turn things around, turn my fortunes around with the ball. Not so. That's thumped away by Darwish Rasuli. Spagiza, and this man again just underlining his potential.
That's such a clean strike. We saw him in the last game, Rasuli. We were impressed, and he's giving us another masterclass here. Oh, it's a lovely free flow of the bat, and he knew straight away that it was going miles. Terrific strike.
And now over long off. 6 more. Another fog maximum. Well, I was about to say, you know, that all of a sudden Balkh could hit the buffers. They've got 9 off their previous 2 overs. It's acceleration time again now.
Oh, this is textbook stuff. It really is. Doesn't get any better on the eye than that. It was in the slot, yes, but you've still got to execute. And a lovely free flow of the bat. And way over mid-off. Right, this is the over that they're going to try and get back on track. 6-6, still 4 balls remaining. As a bowler, you're going, oh, heck, what am I going to do now? Where am I going to bowl this one? you know full well that the batsman, in this case Rasuli, is staring you down.
Little flick out to deep mid-wicket. Rashid Khan's out there, just the single. Beautiful return from him too. Well, the new kit isn't doing much for their luck, Kabul, is it? They've got this lovely powder blue outfit, which they've changed to today and will be wearing for the rest of the tournament. Nabi on strike now. Slashed hard for 4 more. Another fog boundary. Third man up in the circle, backward point there too, but he found the gap perfectly between the two of them. It went like an absolute rocket, that one.
Yeah, he's very adept at playing behind square on the offside, Mohammad Nabi. And he just clears the front leg, waits for it and slashes it away. Knew exactly where he was trying to place that. And perfectly in the gap, up and over. A couple of bounces into the boundary rope.
17 off 4 balls so far in this over. And you can add 4 more to that tally. Another fog boundary. Oh, this is absolute carnage.
Oh, it's going pear-shaped, yeah. It really is. Muslim Musa is going the proverbial distance. He just cannot get it right. Striving for the Yorker. And that's a full toss on leg stump. Fine leg up in the circle. Easy, clipped away. 21. Still a ball remaining.
Oh, another slower ball down the leg side and helped on its way by Nabi. 4 more. Another fog boundary. 25 off the over. 17 gone. 194 for 3. Rashid Khan attempting to stem the flow of runs. Pretty respectable figures in the context of the score that the Balkh legends have. This partnership now for the 4th wicket, 32 from just 15 deliveries. Six more. Well, we heard that Rasuli was a good player of spin, and he's just clobbered one of the best spinners in the world over long on.
Have a look at that stare from Rashid Khan. He's not best pleased with this. Free flow of the bat again. He knew that he had got just enough on it, I reckon. It wasn't a long way over the boundary. Have a look at that. Looks could kill.
That brought up the 200. That's 6. Still 16 balls of the innings to go. Flatter, quicker, into the gap between deep mid-wicket and long on. Bit of tag team work on the boundary. Laurie Evans gets the throw in. Still 2 though. Have a look at these 50 splits here. The third 50, when Gale was really going for it in just 18 balls.
They chased Pakti. Did they chase down? Pakti is 218. They got 219. 220. They got 220. Oh, it's huge. That's onto the road. New balls. Don't even bother even trying to run after that one. Here comes a third umpire. He knew exactly what had transpired then. That's a lusty blow. Another fog maximum, and this is turning out to be another expensive over.
The googly, and he just helped it with the spin. Watch it on the road. University Road there. It's, well, it's a dangerous place to drive at this time of the day.
Well, they're going to get the highest score of the tournament, the Balkh Legends today. That's a given, really, with 14 balls remaining in this particular innings. And they're going to eclipse what this team, the Kabul Zwanan, chased against the Paktia Panthers, 219. So they know what it's like to chase a big total. They're going to have to do that and some. Looks like they might be chasing 230, 240 maybe.
Well, that's into the gap for 4 more. Another fog boundary. Goodness me. 20 off that over. 25 off the over before that. 2 overs still to go. It's 214 for 3.
It's a good pitch, make no mistake about that, but they haven't done themselves any favours. The Kabul Zwanan bowlers, they've been very indifferent in what they've served up here this afternoon. And the Balkh Legends have taken full toll. And another one, another fog maximum, trying to bowl the Yorker, missing his length. And Mohammad Nabi is not going to miss out there.
This is absolutely remarkable. You might remember we spoke to Simon Helmont in the midst of yesterday's game against Paktia, and I think he'd said then that his side had hit something like 26 sixes up to that point in the tournament before the match against Paktia. I tell you what, they've hit 26s today alone. Incredible.
It's interesting how different coaches around the world ascertain how their teams are going to win games. Balkh Legends 221 for 3 here. That's the highest score, the previous best. Kabul Zwanan on that 220. And then the Paktia Panthers, the 218. So the Kabul Zwanan chase that total from the Paktia Panthers, and they're going to have to chase another big one here. Oh, that's a no. It's a no ball. It'll be in the gap, won't quite go for 4, but I tell you what, it's going to be a free hit. They should have run 2, but Mohammad Nabi set Rasuli back and said, hold on, son, I'll deal with this. I'll deal with the free hit. Oh, my word, Farid Malik is having a nightmare. He's bowled front foot no balls in his opening spell, and now he's serving up the above waist-high full tosses.
Maiden 50 in 2020 cricket for Darwish Rasuli with that single. I'm just going to see if it's a boundary. No, Colin Ingram did well at long on. Here's a free hit. Slower ball bouncer. Well done, Farid Malik.
You should have at least had a swing at it. What are you doing, Mohammad Nabi? He was totally perplexed by the delivery and didn't bother even swatting his bat at it. Excellent innings from Darwish Rasuli. He's taken his opportunity. He didn't play early on in the tournament. In the last 2 games, he's been given an opportunity. And I tell you what, he's going to be one of the first names they're going to have to write down. They're going to have a very difficult selection conundrum coming up, the Balkh Legends, because everybody is putting their hand up. That's up in the air, and I reckon that'll be another fog maximum. Mohammad Nabi carries on his merry way. He missed out the free hit, but he's certainly not going to miss out there.
That's now 126 runs in 6s alone. This is right up Naby's street, this situation. He's a lovely clean striker of the ball. Again, clearing the front leg, full swing of the bat, over extra cover. You get nothing for length on this pitch, and that's exactly what Farid Malik served up then. Unbelievable. Farid Malik bowled a maiden today, and yet still, not even at the end of his third over, he's got none for 48.
And Mohammad Nabi is 37 or 14 balls. That's how destructive he can be at the back end of an innings. Oh, that's better appeal, and he's going to give him. Yeah, he's finally got one in the right area. There's Farid Malik, and he's got his man. He's been through a bit of trauma today, as Farid Malik, and this will soothe the pain somewhat.
Naby's hobbling because that's caught him very painfully on his right instep. He was also looking at the bottom of his bat. He's waiting just to see if it's okay in terms of the front foot. Yep, no problems there. Yeah, didn't get the bottom of the bat actually. I think the bottom of the bat hit the ground. The ball hit the instep, and umpire Anil Chowdhury got his finger up to say to Naby, on your way, out for a really terrific 37. It's 229 for 4. Gulbadin Naib, out first ball. Well, he could come in with license to throw the bat. That's exactly what he did. He got that one right off the bottom of the bat. And Colin Ingram at long on takes the catch. So Farid Malik ends up with 2 wickets off the last 2 balls he's bowled today. There's the LBW of Mohammad Nabi. And no problems with that. That was absolutely plumb. Doesn't get much more plumb than that, really. But Gulbadin Naib, he departs as well. Out for a golden duck. 229 for 5. Mervez Ashraf in for the final over. He'll be at the non-striker's end, and this is why.
It's a lovely stroke, great form. Just didn't hit it anywhere near the middle of the bat. And Colin Ingram, he's not going to drop those, but you can't blame Gulbadin Naib. He had to throw the willow at it. Now then, Wayne Parnell, he's going to be entrusted with bowling the last over, and he's picked up a wicket. It's an inside edge. It's a good catch from the keeper, and just looks like maybe they want to have a check. Luke Ronke is claimed it, I think, but the batsman stood and the umpires have decided to go upstairs and just see whether it carried or not. The soft signal is out, so they're happy that it has carried, but they just want to make sure, and we'll soon see the footage and be able to show you at home that or whether it did carry or not.
Ahmed Shah Pakteen making the signal to the third umpire, Bismillah Jan Shinwari. Little inside feather, obscured from that angle.
it is obscure, isn't it? It's hard to see. I think if we slow that down, we might be able to see that it has gone in. I don't see an issue with Ronke. Normally when you scoop it, if it's on the one bounce, then you'd see a different angle, you'd see a different method. But when it does go in like that, he's able to complete the roll and really not move the gloves. That's the giveaway for me. But it's tough to see from that angle. This angle will be even tougher, I think. Yeah, no, it's a struggle. So bear in mind that the soft signal is out, so there has to be conclusive evidence to overturn that decision. And if there's no conclusive evidence, then the on-field decision will stand, and Wayne Parnell will have his wicket, which looks like that'll be the case, because that is the best angles we have. Unfortunately, the batsman is in the way, so it doesn't give us that angle. And the third umpire, well, there's only one thing he can do, really, is pass it back down on field and get them to uphold the decision they gave in the beginning. This is the one, so the batsman obscures where this ends up. That's what I'm talking about. It just, if there's a scooping action, the wicketkeeper is moving forward. But if it does go in cleanly, I think he's rolling sideways, and I think that is okay.
The odd thing is, of course, there that Ahmed Shah Pakteen actually gave the batsman out, and then all of a sudden there was the consultation. You could see there from that replay with umpire Pakteen raising his finger.
If there's nothing else, there's the third umpire. It is what it is. You just got to go back on and say soft signal was out, therefore that's upheld, and you can tell the batsman to be on his way. This is the best he's going to get, and that's what I'm talking about. It just seems to be, when it comes through, that that's okay. But he is obscured, and it's very difficult to tell whether it went in cleanly from that angle or not. As you saw in the background, the index finger going up, and that's because he hit it. So he's probably giving it out based on the fact that he did get the inside edge. That's not in dispute here. What's in dispute is whether the ball carried or not.
I suppose I'm a bit old school here, Alistair. It would be great if we could get a situation where we could simply accept the word of the players. Did you catch it? Yes. I'm on my way then, from a batsman's point of view.
And you know when you've caught it, really. And I think Luke Ronke would say, guys, it's out, I've caught it. And if he's said that, then I agree with you. You should be happy to be on your way. That's the only decision that can come of that. Bear in mind that the soft signal upstairs was out. There was no conclusive evidence to overturn that. And Rasuli, what an innings he's played. 50 of just 27 deliveries. Been an outstanding hand here for the Balkh legends. He has to go 229 for 6 now.
Ikram Ali Kale in at number 8. He's not exactly had a great deal of time in the middle in this tournament. 1 not out from 1 ball against Paktia, and 5 against Nangarhar from 8 deliveries faced. Well bowled, Parnell. Quite remarkable figures that Wayne Parnell is returning here, Alistair. He's got 4 deliveries left. He's got 1 for 16 out of a total of 230 for 6. And bear in mind, he bowled in the power play when Gale and Munawira were in.
Just goes to show how far everyone else has travelled. They have gone the distance here today. Right, getting their field just right. Marwais Ashraf, the big unit, will be on strike, and he'll be trying to find the boundary, make no mistake.
It's gone straight up in the air. Rashid Khan's coming round to get under it, and he can't hold on. And it's gone for a fog maximum, Spagiza.
Gee, he had a fair crack at this. He was nearly off his feet, was Mirwais Ashraf. And it didn't hit anywhere near the middle of the bat, but he's such a powerful individual. He was able to get it just over. Good effort from Rashid Khan. Have a look at this. It's gone up and up and up and up and continues. And, well, he can't make the grab in the end, Rashid Khan.
Fielder out on the boundary, sending that return in was Hazratullah Zazai, and we're going to need a Hazratullah special here if Kabul are going to get anywhere near this total. This Case Ahmed ready to go if required. 2 balls left in the innings. Hazratullah again.
Righto, 1 ball remaining, and there's quite remarkable innings of the Balkh legends. 238 for 6. Was to put you in the picture. They were 10 for none after 3 overs. And this is what's transpired. It's been outstanding hitting. 22 sixes thus far to go along with 12 fours. And is there one more? It's up in the air. It's gone a long way back. What a strike that is. A fitting way to end the innings. A spot geezer from Mirwais Ashraf. And after their allotted 20 overs, they have compiled a monumental 244 for 6.
23 sixes and 12 fours, and Mirwais Ashraf leaves with a smile on his face, and no wonder. 3 balls he's faced in the innings, 13 not out. And as if to rub salt into the wound, that was straight into the Kabul dressing room. That'll be a subdued place, that Kabul dressing room, because, goodness me, their bowlers have had an absolute hammering here. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Gale and Munawira, the new opening pair, they started off in very subdued fashion, but ended up adding 93 as an opening stand before Munawira departed. Rasuli came in and played a terrific hand himself. That's 2 successive days that he's batted beautifully in that number 3 position. A maiden 50 for him. This, remember, Chris Gale's 350th 2020 International. Mohammed Nabi got in on the act as well. There's the bowling figures. And if you're a Kabul supporter, look away now, because apart from the effort from Wayne Parnell, and even he got some stick towards the end, everyone else really did get hammered.
Right, let's go downstairs to AJ Mehra. I think he's got the universe boss with him.
Yes, that's right. I've got Chris Gale with me. Chris, what an innings. You know, a lot of people are waiting for this. Chris Gale to fire.
Yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for this. It's good to be among the runs today, and you know, to actually post a total like 244 on a very good wicket. You know, we have to give credit to, you know, we go about it in the batting department. Dilshan kind of take the pressure off me a bit early, so that was fantastic to build a partnership with him. And eventually, in the middle period, you know, I've been explosive. Actually, you know, get an half century, first one.
But I think the thinking from your point of view was very good. You know, you took a time initially, just waiting for the loose balls, and that free hit. After that, you really blasted all over.
Yeah, sometimes they tend to get the first boundary, and then, you know, things actually come into play. But you know, these guys are actually looking to bowl full, and you know, I think that's the best option on this wicket as well. You just wait my turn. You know, when the momentum come my way, then actually execute and make it count. You know, to be honest with you. But like I said, this is the best wicket, and I'm glad I get some runs. Hopefully in the next couple of games I can carry on, and hopefully in the semi-final as well.
But hard luck the way you got out. You know, missed that 3-figure mark. That's the only way Chris Gale could get out today.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's a game of cricket. You know, these things do happen, and you know, Darwish, you know, batted well, another 50 to his name, and you know, like I said, it's a good team effort batting wise. We got to go out there and defend it. It's a good wicket, and we'll see what happens at the end of the day.
And I think this should be enough for your side, isn't it?
Hopefully, inshallah.
All the best and well played. So that was Chris Gale. Is back to the comms out there.
Great entertainment from Chris Gale today, alongside Dilshan Munawira. Munawira, the Sri Lankan, making his first appearance of this Gul Bahar Afghanistan Premier League 2018. and Darwish Rasuli as well. Look at that, with Mohamed Nabi adding 67 from just 27 deliveries. Wonderful entertainment that the Balkh legends have provided. 23 sixes, 12 fours, and well, they have set an absolute mountain for Kabul to climb in order to win this match. The target, 245 runs from 20 overs. The asking rate, a pretty significant one, 12.25 runs to the over. We'll take a quick break now, and when we come back, we'll see how Kabul in their chase. Stay with us. Welcome back to Sharjah Cricket Stadium after a remarkable first 20 overs of action, with Balkh making 244 for 6. Dilshan Munawira and Chris Gale started off the fun and games. Remember, they scored only 10 from the first 3 overs, but then they went absolutely crazy. The ball went everywhere. 23 sixes in total. And Charu Sharma alongside me. Charu almost ran out of superlatives really for the hitting that we saw.
Yeah, Brian. I remain disappointed. Chris Gale left 20 runs short of what should have been a brilliant, memorable 100. That's how Munawira got out, and then of course Gale continued, but got out in the most bizarre circumstance later on. We'll have to say very, very unfortunate. Except for the Kabul Zwanan point of view. They would have been delighted to see the back of him, because just everything disappeared out of the boundary line. He did just one hand at times. And of course, that gave so much confidence to the rest of the batsmen coming in. Rasuli did very well, and that signaled the end of the big man. So the only really unfortunate part of the whole day, Rashid did get one back, but I don't think he saw much reason to smile the rest of the innings.
Yes, once Gale and Munawira were out, it was the Darwish Rasuli and Mohammed Nabi show. They really did blaze the ball again. Rasuli, in his second appearance of this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, played some wonderful shots for 50 in 27 balls, and Nabi, that was his departure.
Yeah, Nabi's big hitting was very impressive as well, Brian. Of course, they gave a couple of wickets away in the end. Thanks for the bowler, of course, who had been taken for many. And then Mirwais came in and struck a few big ones to take them to 244. 13 from only 3, so that's some strike rate. But of course, very top heavy. And for a change, we saw Chris Gale doing what he does best. 80 from only 48. And after such a sedate start, I think he was 3 in 14 or something like that. So we can say 80 from only about 30 or so. Oh, well, no one wants to take this home, except maybe Parnell, who also went for a few in his final over. But you were saying then that he'd only given, what, 16, 17 in 3, and then got taken by Mirwais for a couple of sixes. Otherwise, very forgettable day for the bowlers, particularly for the no-ball man.
Yeah, what a remarkable day Farid Ahmed had, because he actually bowled a maiden, only the 4th maiden of this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, and then he ended up bowling an over of 4 no-balls. He lost his run-up completely. A wide was in there as well. That over cost 33. And then Colin Ingram came on with his leg spin, and he bowled an over which cost 32. Really, the bowling figures, well, they were like some sort of horror show.
If you take the first 3, this is a silly stat, if you take the first 3 overs away, and you take those, the 2 overs where they gave so many runs away, what I'm trying to say is that this score is largely a 17-over score, or maybe even 16. So, Mohammad Nabi, plenty to smile about. I wonder what they're talking about now. How do we defend this? Oh, it's going to be tough. Go on, enjoy yourself. I think the one thing Nabi did do, which I mentioned was very generous when he was talking to Alistair Campbell earlier on at the toss, is that despite the fact that captains at times are forced to keep that momentum going, or encouraged to anyway, saying, well, don't stop a winning combination. There's so much in cricket we keep hearing about, you know, don't ruin or change a winning combination. He made 4 wholesale changes, and some of them worked out really well for him so far. Now, Brian, this is not going to be overhauled, is it? Although, mind you, I will say very quickly that the previous high was 218 by the Paktia Panthers in the opening match, and Kabul Zwanan actually got it. So they have batting, that's for sure. And this man particularly, wow, what an innings he played.
Yeah, an awful lot depends on Hazratullah, you would reckon, and of course Luke Ronke as well. These two have got good form in terms of the partnerships they've shared. They added 144 when Hazratullah made the only 100 of the tournament so far, and Ronke of course got a half century in Kabul's last match they lost to Nangarhar after making a really good start this period. I think they added 80 for the first wicket, but then they lost their way. So these two know what they're doing, but it's going to be an incredibly difficult job, isn't it, to start off requiring 12.25 and over, and you have to go at that rate all 20 overs.
It just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it, to get 245 to win. Of course, I'll point out once again the difference between chasing and setting a target. When you are 10 runs from 3 overs and you're batting first, you can still accelerate crazily because you're not really concerned about what total you get to. You get to 150, 180, 244 in this case. When you're chasing, you're always so aware of the fact that you need to continue to go hard all the time. And if you're 10 runs from 3 overs, then all is over. Mohammad Nabi begins, as he almost always does.
Absolutely. Luke Ronke, 50 in the last match from 31 balls in that game against Nangarhar. There's very little time for Kabul just to take stock here. They have to go hell for leather right from the off.
Yeah, well, Kabul cannot be telling themselves they got only 10 runs in the first 3 overs and we'll be okay if we get that. No, you won't. It's going to climb to 14-15. Such a clever length. I keep saying that about Mohammad Nabi. I'm tired of saying that, but he gives nothing away. He keeps dropping it on the
He was hit in a couple of instances yesterday down there when he drifted onto the pads of Gurbaz. 2 overs for 29 yesterday. He was uncharacteristically expensive.
once again drops it right where he should. Well, they only have 240 runs left after this. It's a ridiculous mountain to climb. You know, we have enough evidence of the big hitting here of Hazratullah particularly. Ronki, you just mentioned, got a very quick 50. So I do hope that Kabul make a fair bid at this and get to maybe 200 or so and just give them a scare, Balkh.
Well, that was a scare between the wickets then. A little bit of a yes, no, excuse me between the two batsmen. All's well that ends well. Hazratullah's off the mark. It's 6 without loss.
Who will have the last laugh? Will it be this man, Tarzan here? Will he get to flex his muscles, or will Hazratullah deposit many more of these balls outside the park here and cost the ACB a little more?
Yeah, Gulbuddin Naib, he's going to be bowling the second over. Joint leading wicket taker in the tournament. 11 wickets for him so far. Nabi, you're right about his big hitting, 37 today.
Well, how much more can a captain get from his batting side? Mohammad Nabi should be delighted. And Brian, I must also mention that his big hitting abilities are also very special. Look at that shy. He would have been there. He was watching the ball rather well, Hazratullah, so I don't think there was any danger there. But Nabi as well, he comes in a little late, and every once in a while when we chat with him, I say, hey, we missed your batting, because it's also electrifying. Just the calmness with which he hits the ball, and of course he hits it big. So also a very special bat, Mohammad Nabi. But this is the show that we're waiting for, the Hazratullah Zazai show. And who will have the last laugh? Will it be this man, Tarzan here? Will he get to flex his muscles, or will Hazratullah deposit many more of these balls outside the park here and cost the ACB a little more?
Yeah, Gulbuddin Naib, he's going to be bowling the second over. Joint leading wicket taker in the tournament. 11 wickets for him so far. Nabi, you're right about his big hitting. 37 today in just 15 balls.
Wide. Well, Naib, I think, a little aware of Hazrat's abilities. He should also be aware that his team's defending 245. So don't worry about it. Just go up there and bowl any way you like. It's going to be okay. Gulbuddin joint highest with Mujib, who, of course, struck gold in that last match of his. Took 4 fabulous wickets. Udana has been priceless. And Shirzad also very quick. Oh, up. And that may not carry all the way. Again, it had a fair amount of width, maybe too much. And Hazrat couldn't quite find the middle of the bat, but that's another fog boundary.
Yep, that was somewhere near the bottom of the bat, actually, but he's such a strong man. And, of course, there's no cover out in front of square on the offside in these early stages of the innings, holding the pose for the photographers. And a couple of bounces and a fog boundary.
We also know what Gulbuddin's trying to do, because we know Hazrat loves the leg. Hard, flat 6. Wow. I was about to say Gulbuddin and the rest of them would be aware that you don't allow Hazrat to free his shoulders. And he just did.
He loves it there. Still hasn't got a bat sponsor, but the more this tournament goes on and the more he keeps playing like this, surely one's in the offing. Oh, that was very strongly hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, much better. Full. Hazrat just about getting his bat down in time. A little lucky. Scamper across for a single.
Knowing how Simon Helmut goes about these things, the coach of the Balkh Legends, I'm pretty sure, you know, the message has gone out to the Balkh fielders that they should always be throwing at Hazratullah's end. He's a little bit lackadaisical at times in his running between the wickets.
His counterpart in the other team, Gale, not electric running between the wickets, but he doesn't need to. And even Hazrat here can just take it easy with the runs. Don't have to take unnecessary risks with either the singles or trying to turn them into two if it goes to the boundary. He can hit the ball big, we know. 124 from just 55 for Hazrat as we were focusing on Gale.
Slower ball. Case Ahmed, sorry, that's Darwish Rasuli at long on. Yeah, we've seen Gulbadin use that slower ball to good effect in the tournament so far.
Yeah, he's a pretty decent bowler. In fact, they got so many. Shirzad, we were about to mention. Shirzad bowled so well, quick, and of course with variety as well. That's what he's done so far. 4 for 12. Fabulous. You remember that match a long time. And of course, one of our leading wicket takers here in the Gulbahar, Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. Against Paktia, 2 for 19, 2 for 10, Nangarhar.
Good to see as well Ben Loughlin at mid-on, having a chat with him. Loughlin, the leading wicket taker in the history of the Big Bash in Australia.
Oh, in the arc. Didn't quite get to the pitch of that, but Hazrat is so strong. Are we going to get tired of saying that? But he's truly it's a shade late, and I wonder if it was too close to the square leg umpire and that threw Gulbadin off just a bit. There's the sweep, and the umpire doing well to get out of the way. And once again, we do have a deep square leg, so just a single. Those are dangerous shots against Nabi, but Ronki's got away with it twice in a row.
Case Ahmed, the leg spinner, out on the mid-wicket boundary. We'll see him a little bit later on. Oh, was there a little feather on that from Hazratullah? It's run fine.